Junnie B. Jones and her big fat mouth. One, punishment. My name is Junnie B. Jones. The B stands for Beatrice. Except I don't like Beatrice. I just like B and that's all. I go to the kindergarten. My room is named Room 9. There are lots of rules in that place. Like no shouting, and no running in the hole, and no bothering of the other children in the stomach with your head. My teacher's name is Mrs. She has another name too, but I just like Mrs. and that's all. Last week, Mrs. clapped her loud hands together. Then she made an announcement to us. Announcement is schoolwork from telling us something very important. Boys and girls, may I have your attention please? She says, today is going to be a special day in room 9. We're going to be talking about different careers you can have when you grow up. Yeah, only guess what? I says, I never even heard of the dump workout before. And so I wouldn't know what the heck we're talking about. Mrs. makes squash eyes at me. A carrot is a job, Junnie B, she says. And please raise your hand before you speak. Then Mrs. talks some more about carrots. And she says Monday was going to be called Job Day. And everybody in room 9 would come to school dressed up like what kind of job they want to be. After that, room 9 was very excited. Except for me, cause I had a little trouble. That's why. Yeah, only guess what? I said I don't know what I want to do when I grow up. And so that means I can't come to school on Monday. And now I'm counting clock kindergarten. Hooray! Shouting out new voice. I made a first action. This action. How do you like me? My bestest friend Lucille, who sits next to me, stood up and fluffed her rocky dress. I always control myself, don't I, teacher? She says. That's because my Nana taught me to act like a little lady. And so Junnie B. Jones should act more like me. I made a grown face at her. I don't act like a little lady, you dumb bunny, Lucille. And I don't say that again or I knock you on your can. Mrs. did a frown at me. Just kidding, I says very quickly. Quick. Except for Mrs. kept on frowning. And then she gave me a punishment. Punishment is the school word from sitting at a big table by yourself. And everybody keep on staring at you. And it make you feel PU. That's how come I put my hand down on the table and I covered it up with my arms. Cause punishments take the fly right out of you. And so at races, I didn't speak to Lucille. And I didn't speak to my other best friends named Grace either. I just sat down in the grass all by myself and I watched Enter paint the little cans, and I playing with a stick and that's all. I hate room 9. I said very grumpily. Except for just then, I saw something very wonderful in the grass, and its name was Chew Cherry Leaf Savers. Hey, I love that sky, I says. Then I quick pick on up, and I blew off the ground. I put up it right in my mouth. Wait, don't do that, shouted a loud voice at me. Speak that out right now. I turned my head. It was janitor. He was running at me, speed quick. His jingly keys were jangling all over the place. Spit that out, I says. He yelled again. And so then I spit the cherry lifesaver on the ground, cause the guy was scaring me, that's why. Janitor bending down next to me. I didn't mean to frighten you, sis, he says, but I spotted a bunch of dirty candy in the grass, and I was going to clean it up when I finished painting. He looked serious at me. Don't you even eat anything you find on the ground. Do you hear? No, not ever, but I blew off the germs, I told him. Jetta shook his head. You can't blow germs off, he says. Eating things that you find on the grass is very, very dangerous. Then Jetta picked up the dangerous candy. Now run along and play, he says. I did a big sigh. Yes, only I can, he says, 'cause I showed off my big fat mouth in kindergarten, and I got punishment, and now I hate my best friend Lucia. Janitor smiled a bit sad. Life is hard sometimes, isn't it, sis? He says. I bobbed my head up and down. Yes, I says. Life is PU. Then Janitor tapped my head and he walks away. And so guess what? I just like Janitor, and that's all.